Did it go? Okay. Hey guys, it's VictoriaLeone. Welcome to today's video. I have some new makeup, which I'm really excited about. I've been holding on to this stuff for like a week, some of it longer than a week, which if you are a makeup lover, you know that's a long time to not touch your makeup that you just bought and you're excited about. Especially one of the palettes I'm going to show you guys, or the palette that I got I want to show you. I'm obsessed with it. I do have to admit, I did try the concealers. I gave in a little bit. But for the other things, I didn't touch them, didn't open them. So I'm going to open them with you guys now, try them out together. I am going to do some steps off camera just to make it go a little bit faster because I am filming while my baby naps. Anyways, before I jump into it, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you guys join my YouTube channel. I also have Instagram that I'm pretty active on. I post stories there a lot, as well as Liketoknow.it. I post outfits and jewelry and all sorts of things on there, so I'd love for you guys to join me on those places as well. Let's jump in. So I want to show you guys the first product that I'm going to try out, and that is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. This one has been like a favorite for so many people for so long, and I don't know why I haven't tried it out yet. Spoiler alert, it's so good. It's so good. I actually got 3 different shades. I originally ordered the light ivory and the light beige, which the light beige is actually super dark. They each work for different things. For me personally, the shade light ivory, this is like fantastic for a quick concealer as well as like a spot treatment on the face for the days that I really don't want to wear very much makeup. I will put like just this on and that's almost it. Maybe some blush and then I'm like done, besides like mascara, you know. But the super fast days, this has been what I've been reaching for. I have used it a few times already. The first time I used it, I set it with the most minimal amount of powder and it hardly creased. Like, it is incredible. So I really, really love this one. Then I also decided to keep the light beige, even though it's a lot darker, because when I have a little bit more of a tan, it's really hard to find a color that can cover the spots and not look too light, especially on the neck and chest or décolleté, because I do get pimples there and honestly sometimes on my chest as well. So finding a product that can help conceal those without standing out too much is really difficult, but this worked really well. And then the last shade, Fair Beige, is the lightest of the 3. This is the one I ordered in addition to the other ones because I thought those would not work out and be too dark. But then I decided this one's going to be so incredible in the winter or the days that I do wear a heavier foundation and really want to brighten the under eye. Also, this mixed with light beige, the darker one, the lightest and the darkest, these two together, I feel like will make a really good spot treatment type of a thing as my tan starts to fade, or even just in general. I haven't tried mixing them yet. I truly cannot believe I haven't gotten these sooner. And $6, you guys. I literally got 3 of them for the cost of like one, like Tarte Shape Tape is like 20 some dollars. So I got 3 of these for like less than Tarte Shape Tape. So anyways, love those. I am going to be using just light ivory today, although I might use a little bit of light beige. It just kind of depends on how things are looking after I apply the foundation. But let me just put on primer really quick. First, I'm going to put on the YSL Touche Éclaté Blur Primer. I'm going to just do this on the outer perimeter of my face, and then I'm going to go with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer just in the T-zone. Man, does anybody else's hair just tangle so bad back in the neck? I used to use a serum that helps so much with that, but I've stopped using a lot of my old hair care and it now just like tangles so bad, like right where my neck is. Just like so bad. Oh my gosh. Primer's on. I also put my hair up because, you know, I cannot do my makeup with my hair in my face. It drives me nuts. But I'm going to put this concealer on now. Something I especially love about this concealer is the applicator. It's like really big and fluffy and it makes it so easy to apply. I just have been really enjoying it. Also, I totally forgot I wanted to do eyes first. I'm just so used to doing my face first these days that I completely forgot that I want to use a lot of glitter on my eyes, and usually with glitter you want to start with your eyes so that way you can more easily get rid of the glitter fallout, but we're just going to roll with it. I feel like that's honestly a lot of what makeup is like, just roll with it. Something happens, just roll with it. I'm going to do something I didn't think that I would do, and I'm actually going to use the lighter concealer. I want to brighten up my eyes just a little bit more, just in the inner portion of my eye. didn't think that I would use that shade until like winter. I thought about returning it and then just buying it again in the winter, but then I was like, if I'm planning on buying it again, then why would I return it? That doesn't make sense. That looks so good. Truly, it's a rare moment for me to say that a concealer right off the bat looks so good. So I tanned a lot when I was younger, and I know it has made a difference in how quickly and how many wrinkles that I've gotten. When I was younger, I totally thought it was just baloney and it was not a thing, that it was going to make me get more wrinkles, but I 100% think that it definitely has. Definitely don't forget to wear your sunscreen. I cannot tell you how many times I tanned in the tanning bed and out in the sun without anything on my face at all because I wanted to like burn to help with my acne, which it did help, but didn't help with other things. Foundation is another thing I'm going to do just quickly off camera. This is the Purlisse BB Tinted Moist Cream. I have been reaching for this so often lately. It just gives like a really pretty natural coverage. I've told you guys before, I have a baby, so I don't like to wear like too heavy of makeup on like the daily routine. This is the shade medium. And I'm gonna surprise myself again, and I actually am gonna go in with the darker shade of the e.l.f. concealer. See, this is why you just gotta get more than one, because they're only $6. But I need to do a little bit of spot concealing. I'm expecting some of my blemishes to just show through because that foundation really is medium to light coverage anyways, so I'm fine with my blemishes showing through. My skin is definitely far from perfect. That being said though, I do usually go in with powder foundation at the very end just to kind of help cover a little bit of those spots a little bit more. This is the Jason Wu Ready Set Matte Powder. I bought this because of Tati Westbrook. She has been raving about this. She's mentioned it quite a few times. So I just picked this up from Target. I would not consider this to be like a drugstore price. This is expensive to me personally. So I would consider this to be like closer to the high-end dollar price tag anyways. Target was doing like a special to where you get like a $5 gift card with a $20 beauty purchase anyways. Definitely a bonus to get like a gift card for stuff you already want to purchase. But anyways, we're gonna try this out together. I love that it comes with a powder puff. I love powder puffs. I know this is kind of like something people disregard, like, oh, why do you even include that in the packaging? But I love them. I might actually even use it today because I think they're really fun. It says Woo in the inside instead of just having lots of random dots. They spelled out their name. I think that's kind of fancy. Dots even showed up on the plastic. Fun. Let me just go back in one more time. I'm gonna take some on my beauty blender and then just go right under the eye to set that. That feels so nice. I love that feeling, how a powder just instantly velvetizes your skin. Makeup is so magical. And then the other place I like to set with the beauty blender is my forehead to really settle the forehead lines, which are canyons on my forehead. And I also like to go down the nose, smile lines. And to set the rest of the face, I'm just gonna use the powder puff. Like I said, I think these are really fun. Gosh, I feel so fancy with a powder puff. Like one of those ladies in the movies that are like, just need to pout in my face. My face feels so nice. It doesn't smell like anything. The product, like if you don't keep the powder puff in there, it's a mess. You have to store it like this. Always. No sideways business or anything like that. Otherwise, when you open it, you're just gonna have this massive mess. So that is like, to me, one downside. So I'm definitely just gonna keep that in there so that way that doesn't create like an entire cluster of a mess every time I open it. But seriously, this does feel amazing. I'm gonna just take some foundation and such off my lips so I can apply my lip balm. I like to put this on after those steps so that way my lips can be hydrated while I do the rest of my face. Then by the time I go to lips, they're nice and hydrated and not cracked, especially when the weather starts to change. Like right now, they start to get more dry and cracked. Okay, so for contour, I'm using the MAC Studio Fix Sculpt and Shaped Contour Palette. This is in the shade Light Medium. I have been loving this one for a couple of years now. I like to mix these two shades. As you guys can see, I've hit pan on both of those. I had a moment where I was really into the yellow one, but I feel like this palette is really versatile, so I can actually use quite a few shades in here. Okay, I don't want to go too heavy with the contour, so I'm gonna stop myself there and just move into the bronzer. This technically is a new bronzer, although it's not one that I purchased for this video. It's one that I did want to share because I've been obsessed with it. This is the Iconic London Bronzer. This is from BoxyCharm. It doesn't look very pretty because I repressed this one. It came completely in shambles. They did send another one. I haven't received it yet, so this one is going to be my stay-at-home one, and then the new one that arrives hopefully won't be shattered. That one's going to be one that I travel with, but I feel like this one's just too delicate to travel with. But I love it. It gives such a beautiful glow. And to be completely honest, I love this huge pan size. I don't know what it is about it, but I really love having just like this huge thing instead of something little. I have to really dip the brush in all angles. I just go like boom, boom, boom. It's ready to go. I've been really loving this one. It is also super pigmented. Gives such a gorgeous glow. It makes me feel tan instantly. Like as soon as I put that on, I don't know if you guys can see the difference between the two sides already. Even just on the forehead right now, I'm like, oh, this side is just so pretty. I probably don't need to dip back into it as much as I am, but I can't help it because I just love the instant color payoff it gets. For blush, I grabbed one of my drugstore options. This is the Maybelline Fit Me blush in the shade Fard et Rouge. Don't know how to pronounce that. It's such a gorgeous champagne. It reminds me of the NARS Orgasm, except for this is definitely more of a lighter peachy tone versus the other one's kind of more rosy. It does have like a decent shine to it, so do need to be careful not to place it too far in because I do have really large pores. But it is such a beautiful color. Just applies so seamlessly. It's definitely buildable and noticeable when you apply it. Do you ever have like a favorite side when you do makeup? Like one side just looks fabulous and the other side you're like mediocre. I feel like that's how I feel today. I'm like, this side, I'm like, you look fabulous. This side, I'm like, okay, I need to blend the blush a little bit. I did go a little too crazy on that side with bronzer. I hope I'm not alone in that, but just kind of the funny things that you think about. Such a gorgeous shine. Oh my goodness. I love this blush. Do you guys see that? Just such a pretty shine that it gives. I'm gonna just take this powder brush. It is pretty much clean. I used it for powder just yesterday, and I'm gonna just go in and blend a little bit with this. Gonna get rid of some powder that might still be under the eye. Just kind of mesh everything together. I did want to blend the blush a little bit here. Oh my gosh, you guys. I've had something in my tooth this entire time. How embarrassing. How long has that been there? All right, I got it. That's so embarrassing. For brows, I'm gonna use this one I got in my BoxyCharm. It's the $1 Billion Brows on Point. It's their waterproof micro brow pencil in the shade Taupe. I totally wrote this off when it first arrived. I was like, yeah, I've tried another product from $1 Billion Brows. Didn't like it, smeared all over the place. This was not the same one I thought it was. The one that I had tried was like their universal brow pencil, which was like one shade fits all, which I feel like is so not a thing. There is not one brow pencil that can fit everybody. But this one's different and it is amazing. The only thing that I don't love about both of the brow products I've tried from them is like right here on the applicator where you can like twist out more product. It doesn't stay, so like as you're applying it, it kind of retwists the product back in. That's like the only flaw that I found in like as far as like the design of the packaging, but it's something you can easily deal with. I'm gonna do this just really quick off camera and then I'll be right back. I need a coffee pick me up. Today's not my day for brows. I swear some days your brows are like, yep, I'm exactly what you wanted today. And other days they're like, let me just ruin your day. That's like today. Maybe you guys will think differently, but I just do not feel like they look good today. By the way, kind of a silly thing that I do. Every time I go to Starbucks, I save all of my cups. I like wash them when I get home. So that way at home, if I want to make a latte, I use the Starbucks cups because I swear they taste better in a coffee shop cup. Am I the only one who thinks that? This way it's like, this is good coffee. All right, my favorite moment has arrived. The palette that we're going to use today. Colourpop's Truly Madly Deeply. I have been in love with this for like 2 years. Every single time I go to Ulta, I will go straight to the Colourpop aisle, look and see if they have this, and there's one shade called Hungry Ghost, which I'm absolutely going to show you guys. It is so beautiful. I have to swatch it on the back of my hand, and then I just rub in the glitter and I just gaze at it as I'm shopping at Ulta. It is just such a beautiful palette, so even though I have so many palettes already, I had to get this and splurge. It is completely untouched, you guys. This is the shade I'm talking about. It is absolutely incredible. Incredible. I'm super excited to use this in the fall, in the summer, at Christmas, New Year's. Every single time of the year, I'm going to be reaching for this. It has neutrals. It has like this deep purple, which is more fall tony. It has warmer tones up here. There's even like a pink. What? Beautiful. I love it. I'm going to prime my eyes really quick with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I just like to use my finger. Oh, there's no mirror. Oh, bummer. One downside. I was so hoping that there would be a mirror. Oh well, I'll just use this palette instead. That is a bummer. I prefer them to have mirrors in them, but it's totally not a big deal. Taking my beauty blender with just whatever powder might be left on it, and I'm just going to pat that on there. First shade I want to dip into, I'm going to use Lay Low because I wanted to do kind of warmer summer tones. So this is kind of more of like an orange. This is going to be heading right in my crease. Oh, this is like a peach. You know what? This would look so complementary with the Too Faced Peach palette, the Sweet Peach. I am working this shade out of the crease just a smidge and up towards the brow a little bit and kind of working it towards the edge of my brow right there. Everything I was imagining. Oh, it's gorgeous. This is your sign to go get this palette. Random question. How do you guys feel about this background? I was looking through some of my old videos and I love the videos where I had just the white curtains with the sparkles in the background. I thought that was so dreamy, so beautiful, very like princess-like, and I loved it. But I love this too because I did get this letterboard thing specifically for my background. I don't know, I have an itch to mix things up. So what do you guys think? Let me know. Is it cute how it is, or should I mix things up? But it's nice to have your guys' opinion to know like actually what you like. I think I'm gonna do the Pretty Cruel. It has a little bit of shimmer, but I'm not gonna be intimidated by the shimmer. There's glitter floating in the air. I'm just gonna work this right on the lid slash crease. This is the kind of shade where it looks glittery, but it's such a micro glitter that when you blend it out, there's like no glitter. If you have the Tati Beauty palette, there's a line of her shadows that have that exact same kind of situation where it looks like it's gonna be really sparkly. Unless you actually press it on the lid or wet the brush and apply it that way, when you blend it out, you're not going to get those sparkles anymore. Which is kind of nice because then you have another shade, another more like matte-ish shade to choose from. But I think that is actually perfect for what I was hoping for today. I don't know how much longer I have till baby wakes up, so I'm going to just do the other eye off camera really quick and then I'll let you know when we move to the next shade. Taking just a smidge more of Lay Low, I'm going back in right above that shade. What one was that? Pretty Cruel. Going right back above that and reapplying some of that more orange so it'll pop. Baby is now awake, so we're going to have to improvise a little bit. I'm going to give him a few minutes though just to kind of wake up and settle a little bit. Sometimes he needs a little bit of time to just wake up. He's kind of like me in that way. I definitely need a little bit of time to wake up. Grabbing another blending brush, I'm going to go with cutouts to add in a little bit more of the warm. And I'm going to do that right on the outer corner. Second application is starting to pop a lot more. I'm going to work that out. So pretty. Those have all meshed together. I think for under the eye, I'm going to take Poodle, which is like this super cute pink, just to add even more of like a bright kind of a summery pop. I'm going to squeeze the brush. I think he fell back asleep, you guys. Wow, that is amazing. Once you apply mascara and or falsies, it's like the whole look just kind of comes alive. That's my favorite part is applying mascara at the very end of the video, because then I finally feel like the look is complete. I'm going to take just a little bit of a smaller brush and I'm going to go with Misty. I'm going to put that under the eye as well to give it a little bit of a sparkle. It's been a long time since I've actually been in love with every single shade in a palette. Truly. They're all so pretty. That's not quite the amount of pop that I wanted. This is from Iconic London. It has just way too much glitter and it's way too hydrating. My skin is not a fan. However, it's great for wetting the brush to apply a color with more pigmentation. That's what I saved this for, and it works so well for that. Don't get me wrong, like the mist in it is really nice if you have drier skin and you want more of that like full-on dewy look. You probably would absolutely love that, but for me personally, I'm not a fan of it for my skin, but it works so good just to wet the brush to apply the pigment, and that is working so well. I love the way that this is looking with this shade. I'm gonna go with Jackpot just a little bit, just in the outer edge. Wow, that's so pretty. Just kind of a little bit over there. I'm just gonna use this brush, squeeze it, and blend a little. Now for the inner corner, let's do Matter of Fact. It looks so nude, but I'm applying it and it's totally coming up pink on my eye. I mean, I love it. This is actually better than what I was imagining. I don't think I'm gonna apply a liner of any sort. I think I'm just gonna go in with my favorite part. Before I do though, I don't know if that's gonna create fallout. So I'm gonna take my beauty blender with powder one last time. Just gonna push powder under my eye. And we're gonna wipe this away. I'm gonna do some on my nose too because it's starting to get oily. Taking my ring finger, I'm going into Hungry Ghost. Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow. This is so pretty. Just gonna pop that. Oh my gosh. Stop. This is a dream come true. This is also super sticky glitter. Kind of some pretty big glitter chunks in there. So if you are not a fan of putting big glitter chunks on your eye, you probably won't like this shade. All right, I'm gonna wipe away. I'm really glad we laid down that powder because that glitter definitely got under my eyes a decent bit. So it sticks to your eye really well. So don't think there's a need for glitter glue at all. Like this is not gonna go anywhere. I wanna put on some highlighter. This is Fancy Pink Diamond from Too Faced. I honestly hardly ever use this because it has like a super pink undertone. For today's video, since I wanted to go a little bit more pinky, that this actually will be really fun. So I'm gonna just pop on just a smidge of this. Not the biggest fan of this highlighter, to be honest. Again, something I got in a BoxyCharm. Not every item is amazing that you get in those boxes. I feel like probably 3/4 of them are pretty amazing, but some of them just like, meh, I could probably do without that product. And this is one that I'm kind of like, meh. Usually I use a mix of the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin in Y235 as well as the MAC Studio Fix Pressed Powder in NC35, I think it is. I do post everything in the description below, by the way, like everything I use. So for reference, it's always there. Usually I use a mix of both of those, but I'm just gonna use this today because I don't have the MAC one right here and I don't want to go get it. And I think this will work just as well. I just have like 2 blemishes over here. I want to cover up just a little bit better. Under eyes are still looking pretty good. For setting spray, last time I did a more like holding setting spray and then I did a hydrating one on top of that. Since that video, I've actually swapped that routine. I found that it's been more effective to do the hydrating one and then do like the lock and seal one on top of that. And I don't like to do mascara before setting sprays because my lashes are pretty long. No matter the mascara, it will get under my eyes and on my eyebrows if I do setting spray afterwards. So I like to do that very last. Let's do this one first. This is Hydration Happy from Mana Kadar Skincare. It's pretty fragrance heavy. I don't mind. It smells amazing, but if that's not your jam, you probably won't like this one. Okay, and I hardly let that dry before I go in with a more heavy duty. This is the Skindinavia, the makeup finishing spray. This is the Bridal Collection one. Super glue for your face, pretty much. And then I'm going to take my beauty blender. This side has powder all over it, so I don't want to go in with that side. I'm just going to take kind of like the back, press that setting spray into my skin. I like to do my T-zone first, any wrinkly spots first basically, and then I go on top of blush, contour, and whatnot because I don't want to get blush stuff everywhere else. Maybe I will take a smidge of the powdered side actually. For eyes, I got 2 new cream gel liners from Colourpop. I just ran out of my Stila nude liner, which I love to put that in my waterline to just give an overall kind of more awake look, and especially for super natural days, I loved doing that. The Stila one's a little bit more spendy, and I've heard really good things about the Colourpop. So I got the shade Exit, which is a white, and then I got Honey Dude, which is the nude. I think I'm gonna use the white one today actually. Okay, to be honest, I honestly have not used white in my waterline in a long time, and this is kind of creeping me out a little bit. I'm just really not used to it. Let me show you guys. I'm just like so not used to having just like this bright white in my waterline. Just kind of weird. Then mascara, I got another one of the Maybelline Sky High. This is my new hands down favorite mascara. It is so good. Surprisingly enough, if you watch Tati's YouTube channel as well, she did not like this one, which shocked me. But I love using this as well as the Maybelline Original Lash Sensational Full Fan Effect. This one's been around for a long time. It is a fan favorite, but the combo of these two together, the packaging matches and everything, it's like they're just meant to be a pair. So I'm gonna use both of these. Moving on, let's go into lips. I have a new lip product to use as well. This is actually a double. I have this already. This is Milani Color Statement Lip Liner in 04 All Natural. Obsessed with this. This is such a good natural lip liner. And to be honest, I don't think this like actually super goes with the lip. I wanted to use it anyways because I wanted to show it to you guys. I wanted to show you guys like the fresh pencil, and then it literally broke as I was swatching it for you right after that. Honestly, that color alone with this eye look looks super pretty. I love the more natural popping with the color. That's really, really gorgeous. But I do have a liquid lipstick that I want to use, so we're gonna pop that on. Also, just realized that I didn't put mascara on my lower lashes, so let me do that really quick. The liquid lip I want to use is the shade Flirty from Dose of Colors. I'm going to just take a little bit of this on my finger. I want to make sure that this gets all in the creases of my lips. Yeah, I think that lip looks really beautiful with this. So the last product that I want to use today that's new, I have no idea if this is going to be good or not, but this is from Maybelline. This is their Lifter Gloss with Hyaluronic Acid. Randomly saw this. Looked really pretty, so I was like, let's give this one a go. I love that it has hyaluronic acid, and it looked like just a really nice, pretty sheer color. Has it like a nice big applicator. Kind of has that like clay scent a little bit, or like sunscreen, but it feels super hydrating. Not sticky at all. This feels really nice, honestly. Super moisturizing. Wow, this is actually super nice. Doesn't taste too bad, actually. Let me just look over the face really quick, make sure everything's looking settled. The white in the waterline is still, oh, I got some stuff on my teeth. Again, a little bit on my smile line crease coming back, just a smidge. Well, dang, I am so happy with how this look turned out. I'm going to show you guys a close-up. Also, I curled my hair for the first time in forever today, and it felt so good. I always usually use the Dyson. This one is with a really thin barreled wand. These curls are so fun though because they last like 3 or 4 days. Just super, super fun. I am just totally feeling this look. I feel like a princess, which honestly I feel like is how makeup should always go. You should always feel just like so pretty at the end of it. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. What a fun little makeup like play date. I had so much fun. Love you guys. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. Please consider subscribing and follow me on social media if you would like to as well. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I will see you in the next one. Bye. Mwah.